Welcome in, everybody. This is Charlie Castro. I want to thank you for being on our fifth YouTube channel video. Today is Wednesday, December the 23rd. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Going to just cover a few things today. We're going to talk about what's going on in the industry. I'll probably do that for the next few weeks as we kind of wind down 2015, talk about what's going on in the real estate market, what you can expect to see in 2016. Our agenda today will be to discuss some year-end inventory. I'm only going to be displaying inventory today that is discounted. So I'm going to focus just on stuff that people are trying to blow out at the end of the year. We're going to also talk about the 5 real estate trends that will dominate 2016. That is from the National Association of Realtors. We're going to go over that and just talk about a few things with regards to protocol and whatnot as well. So this is our 5th one of these visual newsletters. They've been very successful. Thanks for joining us. If you got this YouTube channel via an email from somebody, if you'd like to be on our or subscribe for the channel and be on our list to receive notices every time we post one of these, let us know. We'll be glad to do that for you. We're not going to be sending out tapes any longer. As many of you may know, we're going to be displaying our inventory on these podcasts. We'll be doing these once a week. We're going to start having guests in January. If you want to contact us, I'm going to put my name and phone number up here a couple times. That's my email address there. My office line, as well as my cell phone, if you'd like to send me a text or call me on cell if I'm not in the office. The idea and the goal behind these broadcasts is simply to sort of streamline the buying and selling process. It's been an interesting year in 2015, to say the least. We've learned a lot of things about a very evolving market. We've learned that buyers and sellers want to be put direct to one another. We also learned that sending out the normal email blast you used to see from me and Phil is no longer the way to do things, simply because people take those tapes or those lists of properties and they like to put them on LinkedIn and Facebook or send them out to people with their names on them, and it upsets buyers and sellers both. So we stopped doing that. Lists will be made available by request. If you contact us, we'll be glad to give you a list. We're trying to eliminate sort of wasting times of both buyers and sellers, and want to be a hub of information as we go through 2016, just to be a place where you can go once a week and sort of see what's going on in the market. We monitor what goes on pretty much on a daily basis. We deal with a lot of hedge fund buyers out there and sellers as well now, actually. For those of you who didn't know, many hedge funds now are selling inventory, not necessarily just buying. So we do interface with those folks on a daily basis. So we have a pretty good idea what's going on in the market and just things that you may want to be aware of as a buyer or a seller. I saw this today. Yesterday. This came from, this was a daily real estate news from the National Association of Realtors. I pulled this off, thought it was interesting. I'll just go through it real quick. But the five trends they said you will see dominating the headlines in 2016. Number one is normal will be coming soon. What does that mean? What does that mean? Normal is coming. It just basically, they're saying that they expect a healthy growth in the home and sales prices and whatnot, but we're going to go back to sort of a normal cycle. We're sort of out of that bust that we saw in 2008, really through 2014. We saw a very volatile market. We saw a whole bunch of that, but what they're saying now is, and I happen to agree with this, you're going to start seeing some normal trends, both in new construction as well as distressed sales, going to go back to what the more historical levels of patterns in the market. I tend to agree with that. I think that's absolutely what you're already seeing now. It's more of a balanced market. You're already beginning to see that. Generational buyers are going to be shaping up. What's that mean? The millennials, which are ages 25 to 34, will be more prominent in buying into the housing market. You're going to see a lot more new home buyers, for first-time home buyers in the market for sure in 2016. Looking at lower-end property, we're going to talk about that. I think that's the very next slide. Yeah, new home construction is going to focus more on affordability. We're already seeing this now. We're seeing the trend go towards more affordable housing. Why is that? You have a lot more younger people that are coming into the housing market. That millennial age I just mentioned, the 25 to 35 year of age home buyer, first-time home buyer, and obviously for that market, home builders are focusing on that and paying more attention to that lower entry-level type of price point. You're going to see higher mortgage rates. We've already seen it. It went up. We predicted this about 3 or 4. Actually, I shouldn't say we predicted it. We had somebody on our radio show about a year ago that talked about, he was an expert actually in mortgage rates and whatnot, the mortgage market, and he said it was then that by the end of the year rates will start to creep up. It did, went up a little, about a quarter percent. But it's a manageable level. We don't see this having any effect in the market, but they're going to continue to slightly go up a little bit at a time. Now, for the investor, the good news is rents are going even higher. and that is great news if you're an investor. And I'm going to go into now, that was more of the buy owner occupied type of market. We're going to talk about investment real estate here in a few slides and how you're going to be affected in that market. But rents are going to go up even higher. We've been predicting this for quite a while. Most households in America are still renters or rental properties. Buying is not a long-term option due to poor household credit scores, limited savings, lack of documented stable income. Getting a mortgage today is harder than it used to be. So it's just simply harder to get a mortgage. So what does that mean? It means the rental market is going to continue to be strong. If you didn't see this, home sales prices in November, or home sales rather in November, fell 10%. That was something that I don't think many people saw coming. I pulled this off yesterday and read this. But yeah, we did see a decrease in home sales in November, actually a pretty sharp decrease of about 10%. That was a pretty big drop in home sales in November of 2015. Now, what we see in 2016 from the investment market perspective, this is some of the things that we see. We do think that prices are going to continue to rise. The market's going to continue to rebound. We see that to be the case. Interest rates, as I just mentioned, they're going to go up. You're going to see more of an influx of foreign investors. We already are seeing an influx of foreign investors. That most, whether it be the Canadians, the Asians, the Australians, they see this as just the best place to park their money. And so you're seeing a lot of activity in the for foreign investors in the U.S. housing market. This is going to be a buyer's market for the next year, folks. When you look at the housing market and you look at the predictions that they're making about the housing market stabilizing, return to normalcy, I think that's all true. But from the investment perspective, what you all need to know is this market shot up in 2008, 9, 10 when the housing market crumbled and all these hedge fund buyers came into the market and started buying up rental properties. Well, this is what happened. Yes, they did do that. They bought, millions of dollars, or probably billions of dollars of single-family homes over the last 7 years. But what's happened is when they exited the market at the beginning of 2015, it's left a glut of inventory. That's why we get so much new inventory. A week doesn't go by that we don't get new product. Now, what does that mean? It means the prices are going to stabilize. The market's stabilized. It's going to be better for the investor for many reasons. We'll go through that on the next slide as well. As I said, the inventory is stabilized. That's good for the buyers. We believe buyer protocol is going to tighten. What does that mean? It means that it's going to be, if you're a broker and you're listening to this, it's going to be more difficult for you to be able to earn a living, a good living in this industry, if you don't sort of abide by what buyers and sellers want to see. What I mean by that is formal letters of intent, formal proof of funds, being able to bring your buyer or seller to the phone to have a conversation with the other side of the transaction. Those are all going to be critical pieces of finding success in 2016. As I mentioned, prices have stabilized. It's a buyer's market. If you're looking at large tapes or portfolios that are stabilized and cash flowing, those have gone up in price. So if you're looking for stabilized, cash flowing, performing assets, don't think you can commit at 60 to 70% of those, because you can't. And we've learned that in the last 3 months. If you're looking for buys, if you're looking for discounts, if you're looking to get stuff at 50, 60% of market value like you could 2-3 years ago, you have to look at REOs. If you're looking at stabilized assets, we've experienced it over and over and over. And interestingly, the last few months, what we've learned is that even on inventory that we were told, for example, hey, if you offered 80% on this, you can probably land that tape. We've done that, and we've had many situations where we've then gone back and said, well, no, you can't. The buyer got a better offer, or the seller got a better offer. So in some cases, even when you offer it 75, 80, 85% of fair market value, in many cases, you can't even get those because somebody's bid them up and they're willing to pay more for them. And the other side of it is that sellers of those types of tapes or portfolios, they're not as motivated to sell those. If they've got a portfolio and they got 50 properties in Atlanta in it, for example, and it's cash flowing at 13, 14%, they're not motivated to sell that at a discount. They're just not. Now, part of the reason for that is the replacement cost isn't what it used to be. It used to be you'd buy that, you'd sell it, and then you'd go do it again. Well, the problem is you can't go do it again like you could in 2009, 10, 11, 12, and so on. So to get those at that price, it's more difficult. So I bring that up because for those of you looking to buy cash flowing stabilized portfolios, you have to know you can't come in right now on most tapes well below fair market value and expect to have success at that. The best place to get discounted stock is in an REO product. There's lots of inventory out there. One of the things that we can do now in this office, if you contact us and you tell us your buying criteria and you tell us the market that you're in, including the zip codes, the county, the city, the state, we can then separate that inventory out so you're not picking through a tape of 1,000 houses to find 5. we can customize those tapes for you. So contact us, and we can help you learn how we can provide for you this inventory in a sensible, organized fashion. Now, on to some inventory for the week. Now, a couple of these I had last week, but they've been discounted even further. If you got a piece of paper and pencil out, you'll notice at the bottom of each one of these, you're going to see a tape number. This is tape number 501. These are New York NPNs. We do have an offer on the Weirfield property. We have an offer on the Flatland property, Flatlands Avenue, and we have an offer on the McKinley Avenue in Franklin, New York property. So we have offers on those. Those are New York NPNs, and they've taken these down. Whoever's looking for New York NPNs that can close before year end, you can get some pretty good deals off this tape. The seller is motivated for tax reasons. If you make a reason, I can give you the number, but I'd rather you call me and I can describe you what he's willing to take for these. But if you're looking for New York NPMs, it's a great little tape to pick from right now. We have a list in California. These are California REOs. We just got them the other day. We've only got an offer on one so far. That's the second property, the third property at Nevada Street in El Monte. It's a duplex. These are California REOs, folks. They will not last long. There's a 3% fee you need to pay on this. 50% to the buyer side, 50% to the seller side. But you see the aftermarket values there, the sales price, the asking prices. You need to contact me to get this tape. I can't send it out to you unless you contact me. This cannot be, plastered all over the internet. But we do have it at night. It's a small one. It's only 6 properties, but some nice values on those California REOs. That's tape number 502. We got a 15 NPN pool now. We had this one last week as well. These are NPNs in Michigan. The seller originally was asking for 45% of unpaid balance. That's a crazy discount on an NPN tape. He contacted me a couple of days ago. He's willing to lower that all the way down to 40 to 42%. So if you're looking for NPNs in Michigan, you can really wheel and deal on this one here. That's tape number 503. Got some really good discounts on that tape. We've also got it large. This is about 1,225 NPNs nationwide. It's all across the country. It's owned by a large investor fund. It was under contract with a large buyer. It fell out. They were offering it 49% of the BPO value, which was $34 million. They've now dropped that down. You'll need to contact me for details on that. But tape number 504 is 1,200 non-performing notes nationwide. It's a huge tape. Discount on that is extremely competitive. Contact us. We can send you a copy of this particular tape. Now in Birmingham, we got a whole bunch of stuff right now. I'm going to profile one particular property at the end. These are all rehabbed, but these are what I would call C-class properties. But if you're looking to do flips, if you're looking to buy these and sell them at a markup, these are great ones to do that with. Lots of room in here. If you do Zillows on these, most of these come in between $35,000 and $60,000, and they're being sold for max 25. So there's some really good spreads in here. I have a bunch of these. I've got about 25 more of these, and I got some other just miscellaneous portfolios in Birmingham as well. So if you're in the market in Birmingham right now, it's a really good opportunity to get some good deals because I got a lot of stuff down there right now that sellers are willing to discount pretty deeply for a quick close. That's tape number 506. Same with Detroit. For some reason, we've done a lot of stuff in Detroit in the last 6 weeks, and so we have a lot of inventory there. I've got one seller there in particular that's got about 200 of these. They're priced between $1,000 and $2,000. These are pretty decent. These are not teardowns. These are not lots. These are not burnouts. We actually pulled all those out. The lots, the burnouts have all been pulled off the tape. But 507, if you just mention that, that's Detroit. If you're looking for Detroit, tell us what you're looking for. You're looking for occupied. I've got a list of occupied property down there that's in really good condition. All been rehabbed, all rented out. And then we've got some of these REOs that you can pick up for, like I said, a little as $1,000 to $2,000 a piece. Now, we have this tape every month. This is owned by a large property management company. They usually have anywhere from 1,000 to this month they had over 1,700. So they picked up about 500 new properties last month. But they pick up new properties every month. They buy them from tax sales. They buy them from the courthouse steps. They buy short sales. They buy tax liens. But anyway, they buy these properties and then they flip them. And they buy them at really good prices and they flip them at really good prices. What I love about this tape is you can cherry pick it. Your offer is based on the market value. Do your own due diligence. Check for liens. The cash price is the ask price. But I've seen these be picked up at as little as 50 cents on that cash offering price. So if you want to request that tape, we can pare it down for you to where we're not sending you, like you see here on the screen, New Mexico, Maine, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, etc. We can customize that for you to where we just give you what you need in, Ohio. or Arizona or whatever. So if you tell us where you want your properties at, ask for tape number 508. We'll be able to customize the tape for you. The protocol is pretty simple on these. All you do is send me an email, say, Charlie, I'm interested in 10 Main Street in Detroit. We'll then send you the lockbox code. You can go out and look at it, make your offer, and away you go. It's a pretty simple process with these. Do a lot of volume with these every month. That's tape number 508, and those are all REOs. If you're a portfolio buyer, you're looking for portfolios, again, we cannot send these tapes out any longer, so you'll have to request them from us, but we've got a number of them. We've got 77 in Atlanta, Georgia. That's tape number 509. We've got 63 in the southern part of Georgia. That's Macon, Bibb County, etc. That tape cannot be cherry picked. That's got to be purchased as a whole. We've got BPOs on all these. That's tape number 510. So there's BPOs in every one of those properties. Again, I mentioned Detroit. That's a different list here. It's $4,000 a door. There's some back taxes due on these too, but I've got about 50 of those in that price range. Jacksonville, I should have taken off. It's under contract. The Jacksonville 99 went under contract, the whole tape, about 2 or 3 days ago. That is off the market now. The Arizona single-family portfolio, we still have that. There's 300 of them. It's a $52 to $53 million buy. If you have the financial wherewithal, or you have a buyer with that kind of financial wherewithal, contact us so we can give you the tape. It cannot be cherry-picked. It's a foreign investor who bought these properties all in 2008-9, right when the market crashed. He came in, did a beautiful job rehabbing them. These are good quality properties. These are primarily B quality product, but they're looking again for $52 million. So that's a big tape. So that's tape number 513. You'll need to contact us for that tape. And finally, we've got a group in and around Las Vegas. It's in Nevada. It's completely off market. You must contact us for that tape as well. There's 26 of these. It cannot be actually, that's not true. This seller will probably allow some cherry picking if you cherry pick in groups. So in other words, you can't come in and buy 5, but if you came in and offered on 10 properties or 12 properties, you could probably do that. So that could be cherry picked. We've got some other off market stuff in Vegas too. We've got a package of 9 in Las Vegas at $1.8 million that we just picked up. We haven't even put it out there yet, but there's 9 properties in Vegas, all solid B-class properties, about a 10% cap. Pretty nice portfolio, but very firm on price. 9 properties, $1.8 million. He's firm on that price. Matter of fact, he asked for 2.2, but we know now that his floor is 1.8. He won't go below that. So we do have a few more in and around Las Vegas, or actually those are in Las Vegas. So we've got a couple of tapes down in Nevada this week. So we got one more here I want to special. We're getting a lot of sellers right now looking for quick closes that are willing to discount. This one was originally for sale at $49,000. This is just pretty much at what he has in it. This house has been completely rehabbed. This is inside and out. You can see to the right there the photo of the inside. Everything's new on this. The roof, the kitchen, the electrical, the plumbing, the flooring, paint, carpet, the whole bit. It's all brand new. It's got a 7/12 renter. Doesn't take possession until I think January the 10th, I think I was told. It's tape number, or that's not tape, it's list number 514. That's 11214 Forest Avenue in Birmingham. It's a 7/12 rent. Cap on, I didn't calculate the cap, but I would guess the cap's got to be about 15% at that. So that's deeply discounted. I've got a handful of those as well. So if you're looking for inventory, regardless of the market right now, if you contact us, let us know where you're looking for inventory. There's a number of sellers right now that for tax reasons are looking to get stuff off their books. So you can pick up some really nice buys right now. Just let us know where your market's at, and we can let you know what we can find there. As I mentioned, my son Matt can customize a tape for you if you email Matt at matt.castro91@gmail.com. Give him your markets that you like to work in, and we can customize a tape for you. He can do that for you just in a few short hours. Just give us your protocol. Our system is now set up to where all the inventory goes into a database. We're able to cross-reference it and see what's available. Knowing your criteria is the key to helping you find the property that you're looking for. And of course, as many of you know, we have multiple sources all around the country. So if it's something that we don't have, the likelihood we can probably find it for you if we know what you're looking for. One thing to look forward to in 2016, we're going to be marketing a project. This is something we've never done. We're going to be marketing a project in Kansas City, Missouri. It's in a solid B-class area. A group bought a large piece of land. They're building fourplexes or quads on this land. They're brand spanking new. First-class builders putting these things up. We're going to be marketing them starting mid-January, and we're doing that because they're not going to come out. Phase 1 will not be finished and ready to close until the first part of March. So in mid-January, we're going to start marketing this group in Kansas City. There's about 300 of them by the time they're all sold. They're all on separate deeds. So on a quad, for example, we can sell just one door or 2 doors or 3 doors or what have you. We've met the builder. We've met the guy that owns the company. First class stuff. Cap rates are ridiculous, talking about 25%, and financing is available. So be looking forward to that. So that is our YouTube channel for this week. This is Christmas week, so Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll do another one next week, midweek, so we're going to have some things next week that will be ridiculously discounted down. So if you're looking to get some good buys this time of year, if you contact us and tell us what you're hunting for, this is a great time to negotiate deals, folks. So let us know what you're looking for. So with that, everybody have a blessed day. If you got questions, you got my phone numbers up there, my email address, all of our contact information. We look forward to working with you. And everybody have a great week, and we will talk to you next week after the holiday.